I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for Vampire Girl 2, Chapter 3. You are now playing as Fenris, Demon Prince of War. You can feel Ari's blood pumping through your veins. Your demon mark throbs like a pulse. Ari drew my mark in blood. She must be in trouble. Feeling beckons you, drawing you through the forest as you track her, not with your skills as a woodsman, but with your very instincts. Where are you, Ari? Kayla, your sister, lays a hand on your arm. Don't look so worried, Ari. Is stronger than they'll expect, and if they wanted her dead, we would have found a body by now. Your loyal companion, Baron, whines at your side as fur bristles anxiously. I was going to say that they wouldn't have gone to such great lengths to take her like this. See? You're outnumbered. There's nothing to fear. You know, she's not wrong. The truth is, it doesn't matter. I can't just believe. I let this happen. She could be anywhere. The battle was chaos. The Fae invaded without warning. None of this was your fault. You see the grim look on her face, and you know she's thinking of Dyson. Kayla was devastated when you found his body, but she, stifling her pain to help you, went to help Ari. Suddenly, Baron rushes forward. You can tell from the pulsing in your wrists that you're getting closer. Quick, this way. Kayla sprints after you. You find yourselves nearing a cave. You draw your sword and charge forward, but only an ancient stone door awaits you. In the middle of the door is a thin stone spike mounted on the imprint of a hand. What is this? Kayla inspects the door closely and frowns. This is Fae magic. I think only a Fae can open it. Do it. I'm only half Fae, Finn. It might not work. Still, she puts her hands over the spike and pushes until her palm is flat against the door. Nothing happens. Damn it. I'm so sorry, Finn. It's not your fault. You sigh and stare up at the vast stone door. I need to find a way in. I should look for another way in. You feel around the door looking for a hidden lever or knob. Anything there? Not sure. Baron sniffs around the edges of the door, but gives a sad howl. Ow. It looks like there's no other way in. You sigh and reluctantly turn away from the door. I should return to Stonehill. Kayla lays a hand on your arm. I agree. Your people need their prince. Wow, this place has been decimated. With one last look towards the stone door, the three of you make your way back to the charred city. For a time, you walk in silence, but you can feel your mind wandering to anxious, destructive places. This isn't helping. I should talk to Kayla about how to rebuild. How do you think we should go about rebuilding? I thought about speaking with Ace. His machines will help, but I worry about the strain that could put on the forest. You know, knowing the destruction might require more lumber to repair than your woods can support. You may need to ask your brothers to send supplies. I dread having to talk to them. They probably won't take Ari's kidnapping well. Is it? I look at her name and I'm like, Ari, like, your grimace and non Levy will be insufferable. I'll just go with Ari. The three of you stop briefly by Stonehill Castle. Oh, this place is destroyed. After asking Kale to send letters to your brothers together for the council meeting, Kayla joins you outside the castle's gates. What now? We should stand around. I kind of feel bad about the Dyson thing, but it's been a while, hasn't it? Then, now's not the time to stand around. Surely you can think of something productive to do. I suppose we'll head to town. The people are likely in panic. Good idea. We need to tend to them before chaos breaks out. Squeeze her shoulder reassuringly. Once we're sure they can manage, we can care for Dyson in peace. Caitlin gives you a sad smile and nods. Thank you, Finn. As you near the town, Marco, your most trusted soldier, meets you on the road. He looks like he's aged 10 years in the last few days, but seems relieved to see you. Sire, we need you in the town square. What's the problem? Lord Salazar is torturing and executing the captured Fey rebels, becoming a public spectacle. As you recall, his son Rodrigo was slain in punishment for assaulting Princess Ari. You feel your anger flare and reach out to give Kayla's arm a reassuring squeeze. Why does she keep needing to be reassured? On whose orders is he torturing the Fey rebels? He's doing it by his own authority. Salazar, I should have known he'd cause trouble. He takes as many liberties as his late son. Well, you know, his son learned it from somewhere. Run a hand down your face, trying to calm enough to collect your thoughts. Is this revenge for what I did to his hair? Was I too hasty in killing Rodrigo? Perhaps, but Salazar is still wrong. I know I did what I had to do with Rodrigo, but this might require more finesse. It's time we remind Lord Salazar of his place. His family has taken far too many liberties within my kingdom. Marco nods, gesturing to the town ahead. Lead the way, my prince. I will follow. I'm coming too. Glance to your half-sister as you prepare to depart. Are you sure you want to see this? I can take it. Let's go. You hurry on ahead with Galen and Marco flanking you as you make your way to the town square. As you draw closer, the sound of shouts and screams fill the air as the townsfolk demand blood. What the? Salazar stands before the crowd. The mangled bodies of dead Fey litter the ground around him, each killed more brutally than the last. And what shall we do with this one? He gestures to the Fey prisoner before him, a terrified-looking young woman who struggles against her restraints. Please, stop this. The crowd around you erupts into jeering cries of what they wish to see done to the prisoner. Shouts of beheading, gutter fill the air. This is barbaric, Finn. Do something. Stop. The order comes as a deafening shout, and the crowd falls silent before their prince. Lord Salazar sneers at you from his place at the crowd's head. Greetings, Prince Fenris. So glad you could join us in the show of this justice. Justice. You're no judge, and you have no right to act as an executioner. Lord Salazar raises his eyebrow at you, still standing defiant. Would you deny your people their victory? Sir, the rebels that destroyed your lands and killed your people. I am the master of this realm, Salazar, and Prince of War. You have no authority here, and have no right to decide the punishment of my prisoners. Your voice is dangerous and low, but it cuts through the silent crowd. Despite your words, Salazar presses on. The Fae must be taught that such attacks will be dealt with brutally. They grow too bold. But this is how you want them to treat our prisoners? Lord Salazar's expression grows almost triumphant, and his reply cuts you to the core. They took no prisoners. All are accounted for, alive or dead. Many, many dead. There are sobs and quiet words of anger, grief all around you, and you wonder how many have been driven into the frenzy by grief. Still, you know he's neglecting to mention one who should not be so easily forgotten. You're wrong, Salazar. They took one. Princess Ari is their prisoner. The crowd is stunned into silence, and then all at once it erupts into cries of outrage. She worked her way into their hearts, and they love her like their own family. Salazar is at a loss, and you go for the kill. You've already killed several hostages who might have had information about where the princess is kept. Your reckless disregard for authority of this realm may have cost the princess her life. Much like your son, you're an idiot. At a loss for words, he stares around at the furious crowd. In that moment, he knows he's been defeated. Marco, take Lord Salazar to the dungeon so he can reflect on who rules these lands. Bring the surviving prisoners so they can be questioned. How long should we keep Lord Salazar, my lord? Or princess? Princess, really? He will stay there for a day or two until Princess is rescued and can choose his fate. I'm gonna go with a day or two. Well, I mean, he has been defeated. Yeah, we'll do that. That should give him enough time to remember his place. Depends on how bad the dungeons are. You wish you could do more to punish what he's done, but even as a prince, there's only so much you can do to one of the lords of the realm. Thank you, Fen. It's the least I could do. I just hope these prisoners can help us find Ari. She nods and gives her hand a reassuring squeeze. What now? Word is gonna get out fast that Ari is what's taken. I need to meet my brothers before anyone else or anything else tries to try and ease their panic. I'll make sure the prisoners are seen to before I return to my forge. You know, trusting your half-sister to make sure the prisoners are tended to and well enough to be questioned when you return. As you set off for the meeting of the council, you prepare to face your brothers, the princes of hell. Thank God for coffee. All 6 of them have gathered when you arrive, seated around the great table in the council chambers. Their banners hang behind the high-backed chairs that cast shadows in the flickering torchlight. Let's get this over with. You take your seat in a chair carved with the seated wolves and long swords and raise your gaze to address your brothers. As you all know, my kingdom was attacked by Fey rebels. Ari has been taken and has called for me with the demon mark. Where did the call lead you? A dead end. Some ancient stone door we couldn't open. As you know, Isle of Inferno will have no king unless Ari selects a husband from among the 7 of us. And since our mother's soul is still present in the castle, it means she's still alive and bound by her contract. I'll need help from each of you as I rebuild and search for her. Levi scoffs, brushing a long lock of his pale hair over his shoulder. To you, brother. You couldn't keep her safe in the first place. Need someone more capable. I hate to say this, but I don't disagree. She was meant to be mine this month, and now she's gone. You growl at the 2 of them, but Liam makes a scolding sound at you and shakes his head. Stand down, Fenris. They speak the truth. You have a kingdom to rebuild and a war to fight. You had your chance. I understand. But she doesn't trust any of you. She must be terrified right now. Do you actually think she wants to see any of you? What? Why wouldn't she? You guys were so kind of awful during her presentation. Dean gives a begrudgingly nod and Levy rolls her eye. Her eyes? Okay, chapters. Alright, her eyes. Sure, should be grateful to be rescued. You brace yourself for the argument you're sure is going to follow, but Asher speaks before your other brothers have a chance. I'll find the princess. I know her best outside of Fenris. I brought her here, and she trusts me. Asher leading the search for Ari sounds like a good compromise. This way everyone is happy. Asher flashes one of his trademark grins in the room. The room seems to grow a shade brighter. I shouldn't. Should we trust in you to do it, Asher? You're always side with the Prince of War. So what? We all want the same thing right now, don't we? And Ari certainly wouldn't go anywhere with you. Zeb nods, gesturing to Asher with a thumb. Oh, Asher is right. She's not a shade or a fey slave. Humans expect to be treated with respect and equality, not stripped for the amusement of some leering vampires. She hates you and Dean, Levy. Let's put it to a vote. All in favor of Asher leading the search for the princess. Who's Ace and why hasn't he spoke till now? I agree with Finn and Zeb. Asher should find her. Levy, Dean, and Niam shake their heads and vote against it, but 3 against 3, you're the deciding vote. Find her, Asher, and keep her safe, or else. Asher nods, seeming to understand the weight of your words, even with your threat unspoken. Fine, Asher, will do. Just get me my princess. I have plans for her that I'm sure will change her mind about things. Oh, wait, wrong blonde. Continue. Oh, well, I wasn't paying attention. They both look the same. He laughs and you growl again. Asher puts a hand on your arm, trying to soothe you. Not now, Finn. This isn't the time. You rise and rush out of the room, despite what they think. Dean's crude words rekindle your need to find the woman you love. Ace's voice stops you at the door. Fenris. You stand alone with him in the doorway, and he speaks low enough for only you to hear. I can guess where you're going and why, but your people have fallen. They need their prince. Who will you choose? He steps closer and puts a hand on your shoulder. Who will you save? So without further ado, hope y'all did enjoy the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And down in the description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. And without further ado, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.